uh, the picture on the front of this, obviously it's from September 14th, 2017. This is when I couldn't get anybody to be my legacy contact and destroy my Facebook. So I had to make an account and do it myself. It still wouldn't let me. That was the Michelle Brannick profile. Now, obviously, taking somebody else's picture and pretending to be them, that is identity theft. But at the time, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't worried about any charges because I wasn't planning on living past a week. I just wanted to make sure that Natalie and Alicia and Maddie Boa, Natalie Bollinger, Alicia Bollinger, and Maddie Boa were safe. I wanted to make sure that people like Joanna Taylor Smith didn't hurt them. Now, mind you, Joanna Taylor Smith isn't the only person I was in contact with while I was up there in Rapid City, South Dakota, visiting Jamie. Let me tell you about the occasions I visited Jamie. There was when I was on the way to Virginia and my car broke down in, I believe, Missouri. So I was not quite halfway through the trip. And then Jamie got a hold of me and let me know she needed a hero. And I went all the way from Missouri to Rapid City, South Dakota, and saw Jamie and the boy and helped him move out of James's house. Then I turned around, all my money was spent. I'd already made about, I want to say, 24 to 2,600 miles trip altogether. And I still hadn't made it to Virginia. Then I finally made it to Virginia in October. This is just a little bit out of the way, but I definitely finally made it, and Natalie didn't kill herself there, and you know, things were going all right, but life sucked. I was stranded there alone, other than Natalie and Alicia. The next time I went to see Jamie was September of 2017. That's where I was when I made this post about having somebody be my legacy account so they can get rid of my Facebook. I didn't want Joanna Taylor Smith or anybody else trying to use my death as an excuse to harm other people like you guys did to me. When Natalie died, you used that as an excuse to look the other way. You used it as an excuse to take out all of your aggression and hatred. Those of you who have been bullied but are too big of sissies to defend yourselves, you get on and find somebody like me to be a jerk to. Any excuse will do. If a woman does fucked up shit but pretends to be a victim, you'll get involved. You don't have any problems with breaking the law and doing illegal things. Meanwhile, from the very start, I tried doing it the proper and legal way, but that didn't matter. It doesn't matter if you try to do it legally. You're a homeless dude. Cops don't give a fuck. They'll lie to you outright, no qualms. They know that your public pretender isn't going to lift a goddamn finger to help you or to even do their job. So since the judicial system isn't going to do their job, the police don't have to do theirs. The judicial system might pretend to give a shit if you're Johnny Depp. But you notice even being rich and famous ain't no guarantee. Look at Britney Spears. Britney Spears has a a good case for human trafficking against her father and against the courts. She was still forced to work while her father was in charge of her guardianship. She's so disabled that she needs a guardian, but not so disabled that she can't be forced to go to work to fulfill legal obligations to contracts that she signed when she was a child. Child labor laws. Anyway, I was just making sure I posted up this piece of evidence here. This is before I made the Michelle Brynick profile, and that was destroyed by a bunch of web sleuths. That was important evidence. It showed that I was trying to get help, just like all of the other evidence shows that I was trying to get help. I wasn't threatening to kill people. I did, in fact, threaten to retaliate, but you guys want to twist words and manipulate them, don't you? A woman is literally allowed to turn your words into something that they're not, completely twist them into words that you didn't even say, and make insinuations about you that are entirely untrue. There was no way possible for me to get an honest day in court anywhere in the fucking country. No homeless person can. If they let you go as a homeless person, there's one reason that they do that. You're female or jail's full. So I guess two reasons. Natalie Bollinger and Tim Beeson and Alicia Bollinger and Maddie Boa and their junkie, addict, friends, and family, including people that were friends with me, did this. I'm not blaming them for the things that I was ultimately forced to do. I'm blaming them for harming me, neglecting me, abusing me, assaulting me, threatening me. Again, we're going to go back to neglecting me, making empty promises, taking advantage of my finances, taking advantage of my disabilities, and ultimately taking advantage of disabilities I don't even have. You get to see plainly and clearly that a man who is in a state of crisis out here on the streets is treated far differently than a pretty white girl in a house. But why do I say pretty white girl in a house? That's what you care about. The fact that a person is in a house gives them a leg up on me, no matter what color they are. They have more rights than me just because they have a house. If you have property with no house on it, you still have more rights than me because that is yours. Everywhere else, if it's not your property, you are trespassing. Now, there's legal crap that goes into it that, depending on the state, gets real fucking complicated. It shouldn't be. Things shouldn't be so complicated that there's two different rules for everything that goes on. The rules for those that nobody cares about, and then the rules for those that people do. Who do people care more about, the police or the homeless? There's more police officers than there is homeless people in the United States. But if we released all of the people all at once who were homeless when they were arrested, we'd have between 4.5 million and 7.5 million people, depending on whose numbers you want to look at. Then there's the bail thing. For a homeless person, yeah, you don't get bail. They'll set it higher than you can fucking pay, and you still have to have somebody else come in to do that. They got rules that prevent you. Oh, you're not allowed to use a card. Yeah, I get my disability money on a card. If I got cash money in my pocket, then I can buy myself out of jail. It doesn't matter that you're innocent. You still have to buy your way out. On the occasions that I had to buy my way out of jail, I was reimbursed my funds. Do you know why? Because they had to drop the fucking charges. You guys say, hey, show me proof. I do nothing but show proof. But I'm not allowed to turn it in myself. You can see many examples where I turned it into law enforcement over and over and over again, and they wouldn't take it, wouldn't look at it. Same thing with Adult Protective Services. And of course, being intimidated by Child Protective Services, that's not fucking okay. In their office, where I was sent by the CPS line, you tell me to call the CPS line. I called them. They told me to go back and talk to Michael Child. The man is fucking abusive as shit. The lady that I was supposed to meet with, the one who is qualified, isn't the supervisor of District 9 Oregon CPS. It's Miss Redfeather. But Michael Childs, that's the guy's name, went out of his way to make sure that he, after committing crimes against me, threatening, harassing, and intimidating me for following the instructions that I was given, that is never okay, and Miss Redfeather should have done something about that right away. Whether he's her supervisor or not, she is a mandated reporter. For her to take part in that is beyond acceptable. When your predator is the boss, and you are sent to any of his employees, they're going to do what they're told, including Miss Redfeather. This is not fucking okay. If I'd have been able to destroy my Facebook account so that I could at least somewhat guarantee Maddie Boa, Natalie Bollinger, and Alicia Bollinger's safety, I wouldn't be alive today. I would not be alive today. So you can thank my friends. If you hate me and wish I was dead, you can thank my friends. Former friends. You can thank them for not helping me turn in these predators. And you can thank them for not killing me, because it was going to be one or the other. Either help me stop the abuse by helping me to turn it in, or help me stop the abuse by making sure that I'm not here to abuse.